Hey guys, welcome to episode 15 of Romp Chess. It's been a minute since my last episode. If you're a regular subscriber, I hope you've been doing well. If you're new to the channel, welcome aboard, and I hope you enjoy what you experience. Having said that, let's not waste any time. We'll be playing 15-10 Rapid, so let's hit the start game and get this thing rolling. We're searching for an opponent. Okay, we have an opponent. Looks like it's a 548 from India. So playing the French defense here, and the opponent. Man, I wish I had $1 for every time I've seen this. So they check me on the third move, and naturally I have a couple ways to block here. Let's I could block here with the bishop, or I could block with the knight. Let's go ahead and just block with the bishop and see if they take. You want to put any bets on whether or not they'll take here? They're either going to have to take, or they're either going to have to take or move it. That's for sure. Something I've done in the past, if you've watched my games, is push this pawn to kick here. I really don't want to do that because that seems to get me in trouble later. So if I push here, that pawn is actually covered, and that will also open up this this diagonal for my queen. So let's go here, and of course this this bishop here is still pinned. And they do decide to take here. So I can take back, and that will be a natural development move for this dark square bishop. Anyway, I'm still not too terribly concerned about this threat. So let's go here. And looks like I'm probably going to be castling kingside. Now if they take here, and I take back, my queen will be exposed and I'll have to recapture with the queen. So I don't want to do that. I can go ahead and kick here, which is, I believe, what I'm going to do. So when they do take, so if I take back here, I don't want to do that. If I take here, that'll be a revealed attack on my queen. If I take here, that's a revealed attack on the queen as well. So I'm going to have to do one or the other. It's like the lesser of two evils. So let's take here. Oh. No, I can't do that because the bishop's pinned. So I've got to take here. Interesting. So they take back with the knight here. I figured they would take the queen, forcing me to recapture with my king. So I'm going to go ahead and swap queens. Okay. Then take back here. So they decide to take and put me in check. So let's take back here. This started to say that pawn was hanging, but it's no longer hanging. So if they're attacking here, if I take, or if I develop here, defend this bishop, then I can move my rook over to this open file. So let's defend here. Okay, they take. I'll take back. So let's see here. I've got this check here. If I check here, the king will either have to move, or they can block with the knight. It would really help me if they moved here, because that would block this this rook in. So let's go ahead and check here. Okay, and they do decide to block. So now this knight is pinned. So if I relocate to here, I could put another attacker on this knight and also hit this hanging pawn. Is that what I want to do? I'm not really too concerned about my king at this point, because white really doesn't have much to attack with. So let's go here. Now, of course, white can't take because of this pin. And if they move any other piece, I can take this. I can take this pawn with the fork to the king and the rook. Still lots of time left on the clock. It's really quick moving game. I still need to get this other knight developed either to here or to here. Probably to F. Probably to the F file. Okay, so this pawn is still hanging. So I've got this check here. Then the king has to move to C1. So let's go here. Oh, well, I said he had to move to C1. It's not exactly true, is it? So do I have another check? Can go here. Can't really go there because that's protected by that knight. So let's put you here. Right. Wait a minute. Let's rethink this. So, yeah. So let's go here. Now white's got this check here that they can make. So they push the pawn. So I've got to move my knight again. Do I come all the way back? No, because that's where I want to put the other knight. So let's go here. Okay, let's get this other, let's get my other knight out here. Okay. I am up material, so I could go ahead and take here. I have this attack, but that rook is supported here. Is there something better? And let's take here. So white takes. Now I've got this check here to the king. I've got this attack here. I'm up 2 points in material. So let's check here. So king moves. This rook is protected here. So if I take here, white's going to take back. So let's take, white takes back. I'm just looking to see how I want to reposition this knight. I can't go there because that file is controlled by the white rook. I can't go there because the pawn. I could go here and attack this pawn, which would be a check. So let's go there. Okay, white pushes. could actually go there and then try to reposition. Try to reposition this knight over here. Is that what I do? Okay. So now I'm in check. So I can put the king. Oh, and this, both pawns are going to be hanging. So I can put my king to here. Which attacks here. Now they'll take there. So this pawn is hanging here. So I can go here and protect. Well, they decide to take with another check. So I could actually block here. Or I can move the king. But then there would be another check here. But I could retake. So let's go there. So white's attacking go there. If I go here, that's protecting with the knight now. I'm going to have to relocate this rook either here and over or here and over to attack here. So they check. So let's move the king to here. Okay, so attacking here, which leaves this pawn hanging. So yeah, let's take here. Okay, let's I can move the knight to here. Attack this pawn. It's protected by the king. But then white could check again there. I think I'll hit here. Attack this pawn. And they do push. So let's go over and actually let's get this rook on the first rank back here. Okay, so king moves. Let's check. back. Okay. Let's check. And it's a draw. They moved back. So yeah, it was a draw because they moved 3 times in a row. I don't know. I knew that they could do that, but I didn't really think that they would. But nevertheless, let's interesting game. Let's do a game review. So looking at the game review, my opponent and I both played fairly well. My opponent had a game rating of 1150. My game rating was 1100. The opponent actually had one brilliant move. Neither of us had any blunders. I had a couple misses, a couple of mistakes, several inaccuracies. But let's start to review. See what we can learn from this mess of a game. Okay, so there's the there's the check on move 3. Man, I've seen this so many times. Playing this French defense, where this diagonal is open and the opponent comes out and checks just right off the bat, and I played. I brought the bishop out this time because I didn't want to. I wanted to maintain the integrity of this pawn structure right here. But yeah, in hindsight, a better move probably would have been to just to push this pawn. Then the bishop would have had to retreat, and I would have gained a tempo. So so not a terrible move there, but yeah, kind of not the greatest move. I wouldn't do it again. I wouldn't play that bishop move again. Yeah, so even with my bishop attacking here instead of the pawn, they really should have retreated the bishop. That would have been the safest move for them. Instead, they decided to cover with the knight here. So I overlooked an opportunity to add a defender to the pawn. So let's take a look at the analysis for just a second, if you bear with me. Yeah, so the line is, if I had taken here, okay, I see it. I see it now. So if I had taken there with the bishop, which is what I should have done, and if white takes back, then I could either take. I was thinking probably push here. But if I take, then white plays here. Then I go here. White goes there. Then I can develop here with a check. So let's go back to the review. That's one of those positions where I'll probably come back and dive down into that a little bit more later, but I don't want to take up a ton of time with that position necessarily. So let's move on and review. So white takes. White takes. I take the pawn. Still, I should have taken the bishop. Okay, so a6 is a mistake by me because it allows white to win a pawn. Yeah, because if I take here, they're taken back. Which that was their one brilliant move that I allowed them to make here. So they've got this pawn and the bishop forked, and either way it's a forced move because it's a check to the king. That was a miss by me there, so I should have taken here. If I had taken here, white were to take there. At this point, I would be losing by 3.4 on the ELO, on the evaluation bar, which at current position I'm down 2.8. So there's a miss by me. And there's a mistake by my opponent. Because they could have taken here, I would have had to take back with a king and lose my castling rights, which I ended up losing my castling rights anyway. But so I take the queen, which was a good move. King x d1 is forced, so now white has lost castling rights. Then I take the knight, and now at this point I'm winning. I'm winning the game. Now we've both lost castling rights. Very, very poor position for both white and black at this point, but black is winning. Of course, this was a mistake here because they allowed this knight to be pinned by the rook. another inaccuracy by interesting. So the game review coach says this gives you the opportunity to win the rook. They missed a chance to eventually win a knight. So I do want to take a look at this follow-up. So this is not what I played, but if I checked here, the king would have had to move. Then I could have taken here. This knight would be hanging. But then I could grab this pawn and even this pawn on this side. So that was a miss by me there, because I had this check that was covered by the knight. So now I'm just I allow myself to get in a defensive position. So now I'm just running away with my pony, trying to keep my ponies safe. So now we're into the end game. I could have pushed here, and that would have forced white to double their pawns. So yeah, I missed an opportunity there. So if I had put the rook here, yeah, I see that. So the knight, my knight, is defending this this A8 square right here. So if I had pushed my rook to here and attacked this pawn, then the white rook couldn't have come here to defend because of my knight. And then there's the draw. Okay, so yeah, kind of an odd, interesting game. There were some takeaways there. Definitely want to go back and take a closer look at that. Pretty unconventional, but I definitely want to take a closer look at the opening, because it seems that a lot of times when I let myself get in a poor position in the opening, that just carries over to the middle game and then end game, which is I think what happened here. So So nevertheless, that's the game and the review. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again for episode 16. And it won't be 2 weeks next time, I promise. See you guys. Bye now.